Second date update.
We got an email from a guy named Logan for a second date update, and he says his first date was a murder mystery dinner.
Ooh, I've heard about those.
But then he says things didn't go so well.
Okay.
So obviously when he says things didn't go well, it must mean she was murdered.
No, dude.
It's pretend, Jeffrey.
Or perhaps just maybe she was the murderer.
The audience gasping is not helping our cause right now.
I don't know. I think I'm murdering this intro right now.
You are killing it, but I don't know if that's in a good way or not.
Makes all of you accomplices to murder.
Yes!
You would be the worst villain ever.
Dude, will you stop? I'm going to lose my breath here, okay? Let's keep going.
All right, let's continue and talk to Logan. Logan, before we begin the second date investigation,
Oh, that's what it is.
just tell me, is there blood on your hands?
Oh, come on.
Almost.
No.
Murder!
Yes!
Tell us about the girl you want us to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Sabrina.
So I want to know, how did you guys end up at a murder mystery party?
So we have some mutual friends. They knew we were both single. They set us up.
Okay.
And this was right around the time my friends and I, once a year, we do this big murder mystery.
Wow.
There's like 20-something people. We get it catered. We rent this big old house. We decorate it.
So Logan and his friends are rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're all chipping in. You know, there's an open bar. And
Yeah, rich.
Open bar.
Jeez.
Dang.
I want to get in with your dorky friends, Logan.
So how did the murder mystery dinner date go?
not so great.
Okay.
So there was mutual friends at this thing. So I thought, she wouldn't be completely by herself in a group of people.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was 1940s themed. So when she showed up, she looked spectacular. Like, she went all out. She really got into it. Like, the hair, the makeup, the outfit, and, she looked gorgeous.
Dude, and it's awesome that she went all in,
Full
right?
character.
Yeah, I thought that's a really good sign, right?
And a good sign that she knew other people there. Because it would be pretty intimidating if you didn't know anyone, but...
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to be, thoughtful about that.
Okay, so why do you say things didn't go well?
So I don't know if you guys have been to one of these before. You get a packet, and it's got, information about your character, because you're, pretending to be somebody. She and I were joking about, oh, come on, what does your packet say? Jokes. It was fun.
Yeah, and then, sometimes you'll have an accent, or you're supposed to get fully into character.
Oh, so you're, acting.
Oh, man, it sounds hard.
This is fun.
It is a little hard.
You have to, read a whole thing and then
And you have to
become
remember...
a character.
You have to remember all the facts about yourself, where you're from, who you're associated with, who you know, who you don't know.
So, it's sort of like live-action Clue.
Yeah.
And so she was getting really into it, which was fun. We were having a really good time. And then suddenly the lights go off.
Oh, was that planned?
Someone didn't pay the electric bill, obviously.
Is it part of the show or what
No,
happened?
it was definitely part of the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
good.
they're out for a few seconds, then they come back on, and she's gone. And my first thought is, she ditched me.
Oh, what?
I was yeah, and I was like, oh, this can't be happening. But then we all hear a scream from upstairs, and we run into the bedroom, and there she is, dead.
Oh, no! She was the first one to kick the bucket in the game.
This is fun, though.
My friends who were in charge of putting out the packets, I don't know what they were thinking. They gave her the first victim card.
Oh.
I felt really bad, obviously, because I wanted to have fun solving the mystery with her. And,
Right.
that was, the whole purpose of this date.
And now, honestly, you can't even really hang out with her.
You can't just, hang with the body while everyone's around and just whisper,
Well,
"Hey, so-"
I kind of did. I was in there, and then, other guests were coming in, and they were, drinking and, eating hors d'oeuvres,
around her?
around her. And, she was there for, an hour and a half.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Wow.
And at first I was thinking, oh, she's such a good sport.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, an hour and a half later, people found clues. They solved the crime. We all go back downstairs to, okay, we solved it. Now let's just have a good time. And she was like, I got to go.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is not how I wanted to go. And I said, I'll go too. We can go get a drink, just the two of us. And she said, no, I had a good time. Don't worry. But when somebody says that and you know they're not telling the truth?
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
I had a great time laying on the floor for 2
Right.
hours. Can't wait to do it again.
I mean, I would be pissed at your friends if I was you.
Yeah.
Oh, I am. but they said, oh, it's the luck of the draw. But I don't know what to do. I feel like they could have, they knew the situation.
Yeah, you could redraw.
I feel like we can resuscitate this date. Get it? Get what I did there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but really, it isn't your fault. You didn't do anything bad, it sounds like, and she should give you another shot.
I would like that. I would like your help.
So have you spoken to her since your date?
No, nothing.
How long has it been?
It's been a couple of weeks.
Okay. Well, my friends, it seems we have a mystery afoot. Who murdered Miss Sabrina?
Oh, my God.
What was the motive? And why would she ditch Sir Logan without a proper shagging in the conservatory?
Why do I feel like I suddenly need to scream?
We'll get to the bottom of these questions and more after we play a song,
Okay.
come back,
Thank you.
and call Sabrina and try and get you your second date update. All right, Sir Logan?
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Okay, hold on.
Second date update.
Your date dying in the first 15 minutes of the night.
Yeah. It's not good.
I'm laughing, but you'll see why.
We don't hear that a lot on these second date updates.
Never was.
But-
Hopefully never again either.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Logan. He showed up for dinner with a girl named Sabrina, and within minutes, she was dead.
Come on, don't say it like that. Tell them the
No.
truth.
Okay, I should probably clarify.
Yes.
This was a murder mystery dinner, and her
Yes.
character was randomly chosen to be the first victim of the night.
There it is.
So she was, quote, murdered and had to lay on the floor for the next hour and a half until the game was over. So Logan feels terrible about how that played out, and he wants a second chance at a real date.
Yeah.
So Logan, I don't know why this is running through my mind, but were you more attracted to her when she was alive or dead?
What? Why would that be the question?
Definitely when she was alive.
Okay, good.
Everyone has
Good.
their weird kinks, so I don't know.
Think
Yeah,
about it, so.
I never asked, were you able to have any conversation with her when she was a corpse?
Yeah, I mean, we did, but as the hour or so went on, kind of stopped wanting to talk.
Okay. Yeah.
Understandably.
She became more corpse-like as the time went
Yeah.
on.
She's like, just
Yeah.
She's really in character. It's really admirable.
I think she's getting more and more angry.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she's cooled off and that she's ready to, I don't know,
cool
talk.
off like a dead body, bro.
Talk to us.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I'm hoping that you guys can work your magic.
All right. We're going to dial the phone number right now and try and resurrect your second date update, okay?
All right, sounds good, guys.
All right. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Sabrina, please?
this is she.
Hi, Sabrina. My name's Young Jeffrey, and I work for the morning radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a moment to talk with me?
Can you tell me what this is about?
Well, we do a segment on the show about true crime murders, and we heard that you were recently killed.
No. Oh my gosh. Why did we let him ask the question?
Is that true? Were you killed recently?
Wait, what is happening?
Yeah, most dead bodies we call are usually confused. I see what you're talking about now, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Glad this dead one answered.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sabrina.
Okay. What we're really doing is something called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can reach out to us and we'll call the person for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So to tie it back in with the killing and the murdering, you recently went out with a guy named Logan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird answer.
Yeah. We heard about the murder mystery party.
Yeah.
Makes sense now?
Right. So Logan feels a little bit bad about how that all went down.
Dude, he feels so bad that you got killed in the first 15 minutes of the party. That was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was a pretty big bummer.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, I hear that you make a lovely corpse. But
That's like an insult, I think.
is
It's
it?
not, though, because for real, your patience to lay there and just continue to play along for an hour and a half, I applaud.
Well, I didn't want to screw up their game, so I was just following the rules, going by the packet.
That's nice of you.
Nice, yeah.
But it did
Yeah.
screw up your date a little bit.
Yeah. It was a little weird.
But why didn't you want to hang out with him after the game was over? I mean, I realize that you may have been a little angry laying on the floor for an hour and a half, but...
It just didn't feel like it was gonna work out. See, I kind of... I have some good information, but I know that I was meant to die at that party. Like, they didn't want me to hang out with Logan. No one wanted me. Someone didn't want me to get to know him.
What? You're saying that someone killed you on purpose?
Yeah.
Why?
Logan said that it was chosen at random.
I mean, sure, but no, it wasn't.
I feel like we have our own personal murder mystery
I know,
now.
the mystery
Who
deepens.
did it?
Who really killed her?
Oh.
Or who
Wait.
killed her chances?
Why do you think that?
So I don't know how much y'all know, but I had some friends at the party already, and so at the end of the night, like, I talked to them and to see what was up, and Logan, he was in this long-term relationship for a while, and his ex did not want me there when she found out I was coming with him. And he wasn't there, but she got the host to kill me off.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
She put like a fake hit on you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
pretty much.
Are you sure? So his ex-girlfriend told the host to kill you off early to ruin his date.
Yeah.
That is diabolical, man. But still, that's not
Yeah.
his fault. I mean, that's the crazy ex's fault,
He doesn't
right?
even know that.
Yeah, but still, like, that's pretty crazy to do that to your exes, someone that they're just hanging out with. Like, you're just going to put me on ice for like an hour and a half. I don't know. It's like another level of petty that I am not prepared to deal with.
Wow.
Man, I'm wondering how Logan feels. I'm sure he didn't know any of this.
Oh, he's going to be pissed.
Because, Sabrina, we didn't tell you, but Logan's been on the other line listening, and he wants to talk to you.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Logan?
God.
I had no idea that she did that. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but she did, and it really wasn't cool. I'm just letting you know. Like,
And I agree with you. That was not cool. She is not happy that I broke up with her. I'm the one who ended the relationship. She is trying to get back at me.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, you're saying get back at you, but I think she still, like, wants to get with you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sounds like that.
She can think whatever she wants. It is not happening.
So you're for
Okay.
sure over her, Logan?
Oh, my God, yes. Yeah. This is just one of many things in a long list of reasons why we are not together. And I was, like, hoping to, meet somebody who is a good person and doesn't try to ruin people's lives.
I mean, that makes me nervous. Like, what else is she capable of? I mean, like, you probably don't know this, but she found my Instagram and she liked all of my photos on it. That's, like, another level of unhinged. Like,
Wow.
Maybe you take really good Instagram photos, though, and
Oh,
she's just a fan.
Oh, my God. I'm actually more freaked out about the Instagram likes than I am about her killing you at a
Yeah.
party. Isn't
Yeah.
that weird?
I thought that was innocent, but finding her personal pages?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And it's pretty sadistic.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. Like, you're right. She is not well, but she's not going to, like, actually try to kill you.
okay, well, you say that, but she's literally already killed me.
Fair point.
Oh,
point.
man. I mean, the only thing is Logan actually sounds like a really nice guy. And, people have some crazy exes. I mean, if anything, it proves that he's very lovable.
Does it?
I don't know.
I think so. I agree. I agree with
his
that,
ex
Brooke.
really likes him.
I'm sketched
I mean, yeah,
out.
like, if his ex is willing to go through this much of a project just to, like, sabotage him, it must mean that he's really, really great.
Yeah, I guess I never thought of that.
Well, with that in mind, I would love to send you guys out on another date. We'll pay for it.
Ooh.
I mean, if you don't say yes, then his ex is probably just going to wear your skin and go out with him anyway, so...
The ex is a bit of a turnoff, but I know he didn't know anything that she was doing, and I know that he feels really bad about it.
He was clueless.
So wait, what? What's your answer?
Okay, so is that a yes or a no?
I mean, as long as I am not coming back to my apartment with a dagger in the door with a note saying, "Don't date Logan," but maybe we should give it another chance.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Congratulations, Logan. You got a second date.
Thank you, guys. Sabrina, thank you so much for agreeing to that.
Yeah, sure, Logan. Let's just make sure that wherever we go next, it's safe.
Yeah, bodyguard.
No
Yeah,
problem.
that's not a bad idea.
Maybe hire one.
Yeah, it'll be safe. We can go to my house and do the one-on-one murder mystery.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
Is that pretty easy to figure out who the killer is if there's only two of you?
Well, I think it sounds good. There's going to be a stabbing going on a little later.
Oh, all right.
Lucky you, Sabrina.
Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There are a lot of mistakes that you can make on a first date. You can talk about politics. It's always a risky thing. You can talk about your ex. You can projectile vomit.
What?
That's a big one. That's a big deal breaker usually on a date.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, who's on the phone today, who wants to do a second date update, had that problem on his date. He ended up throwing up during the date. I don't have all the particulars on that. That's just what his email said. Tim, how you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. Probably better than you.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, my
So
God.
your email said that you threw up on your date. Did you actually throw up on your date or during the date?
No, it wasn't like that.
Okay, well, what happened?
Well, we were actually out at a bar, and having some drinks, had some shots. Probably really shouldn't have had those shots, but
You sound like a nervous guy. Were you like taking shots to like calm your nerves?
no, we were just out drinking.
All right, so
Okay.
you just drank
So
too
you're
much and had to throw up.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Well, I was in the bathroom. I don't even really know if she knew that I had thrown up.
Okay.
Oh,
So why do you think that's an issue? Because your email said you think that's the reason she's not calling you back.
Oh, man. Well, I was just in the bathroom, just sick for a few minutes, and I was just thinking to myself, dude, I got to rally. This girl's like hot. I got to get out there. So I just went out and we started dancing a bit, and I didn't have any gum or anything.
Oh, so
Did you at least like rinse your mouth out with water or something?
I tried, but that's not too effective usually.
yeah, it usually doesn't help.
So
You need some gum or something.
Oh, no.
So are you worried that she smelled vomit on you?
Obviously, yeah. But
Oh.
at the time you're kind of feeling a little tipsy, so you're not really all with it, and you kind of feel like, okay, should I not? It's hard to make decisions at that time.
And what was this girl's name?
Kate.
So did she say anything about noticing that you smelled?
Well, she didn't say anything, but we did kiss, so I'm figuring that she did.
You kissed her with puke mouth?
Why?
It just kind of happened.
You should have like gave her the cheek or something, and then like on your way out, grab some gum.
Yeah, that's just rude.
I didn't want to do it, but she kind of wanted to make out. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
if I were in your shoes, I would have done the same thing. Now, I guess you can tell by how long the kiss lasted. Did she keep kissing you, or did she stop?
Started off longer, but yeah, then it kind of died off.
Oh man.
So, I mean, she sounds like she was honestly interested in you because I'm sorry, if someone's so drunk on the date that they're vomiting, like I would have been like, peace out at that moment. And have you tried to contact her since?
I've tried contacting her a few times. I left a voice message, and I've sent her a few texts.
Okay, have you heard anything from her at all?
No.
And did you say in the text like, hey, maybe I drank a little bit too much last night, let's do this again, or?
Well, I still really don't know if she knew that I had thrown up at that point. She was drinking too, so I just puked in the bathroom. I just don't know if she knows that.
All right, but that's the reason why you think she's not calling you back. You think that she kissed you and was like, oh, gross.
That's what I'm afraid of.
It might not even necessarily be puke that she's just like, oh man, this guy has horrible breath and I don't ever want to kiss him again.
God.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
The worst part of this is that she's going to realize that she just kissed puke mouth no matter what happens at the end of this second
She already
date.
has it, though.
Yeah.
You guys aren't going to tell her. Just find out if I'm going to get a second date or not.
Yeah, okay. We won't tell her. Unless she doesn't bring it up, and then I'm going to have to tell her.
No, man, that's not cool. Don't say that. Come on.
All right, either way, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. 5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Tim is on the phone. He threw up all over his date.
Oh.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that. He did throw up during his date, though. Apparently, he went out with a girl. Her name is Kate. We're about to call her and get a second date update with her. But they went out to the bar. They were taking some shots. He felt like he was getting a little sick, so he ran to the bathroom, threw up, went back out on the dance floor with her. She went in for a kiss. He didn't know what else to do, so he kissed her. And he thinks the reason she's not calling him back is because his breath was terrible after that. He's texted her a few times, tried to call her. He's heard nothing. We're going to give her a call right now and see if that is, in fact, the problem. Tim, you ready to give Kate a call?
Definitely. This chick is so hot. I just hope I didn't mess this up.
Yeah, all right, cool. You don't need to be sick or anything before we make the call, do you? Like you need to go to the bathroom and then come back? You're going to be good?
We'll see.
All right. I'm going to dial the phone number right now.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Kate, please?
Yes, she?
Hey, Kate, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you today because you recently went out on a date with someone who listens to our show. His name is Tim, and he emailed us asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you're not calling him back.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not.
Tim called your show, and now you're calling me on his behalf?
Correct. Because
Can I ask why?
we think Tim is a great guy, and we just don't understand why you don't want to go out with him again after your first date.
You got to be freaking kidding me.
I'm not at all,
He's
actually.
a great guy. I'm not really sure. What do you want?
I just want to know why you're not calling him back, that's all. Can you tell us that?
I don't know what you know, but I met him at this club situation. At first, I thought he was a nice guy. He was coming on pretty strong, drinking a lot. Oh, God, it's so disgusting.
Is it really that bad? Listen, Kate, we talked to Tim about your first date. He definitely does not have the same impression that you have. He said that you guys are just out dancing, having a good time, and that you even kissed him when you guys were hanging out.
Which I deeply regret. So what really happened, if you want to know, and hopefully this is going to be tuned out to the world here because he's just disgusting. When we were dancing, I don't know how up he was at the time. He seemed to be drinking a lot, and he's a terrible dancer, by the way, but he did something inappropriate.
What did he do?
What did he do?
I don't know if I can even say this on the radio.
If it's too bad, we can always beep it out.
He grabbed my hand and put it on his package, if you will, and he said, "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?"
Are you serious?
That's a move I've never heard of.
I kind of pretended that he didn't say that, and I was like, okay, he's oddly weird. I don't know, what is just happening in the moment. And then he started to repeat it. "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?" And louder on the dance floor. And I was so embarrassed. I didn't even know what to do. People are looking at me, and it's louder than the music.
Oh my gosh.
And obviously that move didn't turn you on.
I'm not even going to answer that.
And just to clarify, the kiss was before this move.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that.
I'm hoping you didn't kiss him after he was doing that to you.
Mixed signals.
So obviously, I was completely disgusted, grossed out, violated, honestly, and you can see why I would never, in my wildest nightmares, even want to talk to him again.
I don't blame you.
Oh, that is unfortunate, Kate, because he's actually on the other line listening.
What?
Yeah. Tim, Casanova, you there?
Gross.
I'm telling you, I was drinking a lot. I promise you. I don't remember that.
That does not excuse your disgusting behavior. I cannot believe you dragged me on the radio for this.
Oh, no.
Disgusting.
Hey, I'm sorry. I really don't remember any of that. Is that really what I said to you?
Do you feel what you do to me, girl? Yeah,
so
over and over. I remember that pretty vividly.
Oh, my God. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. That was totally inappropriate.
Have you been the drunk perv guy at the dance floor before, Tim? Like, be honest.
No.
I bet you've done that so many times. It was like rehearsed the way you said it.
Gross.
I promise. I'm sorry. I've never done that before.
Oh my God, I don't know how you could like come back from that. Like, just even the guy on the dance floor that humps your leg is nasty. The guy who puts his hand on and says that line, Tim.
Well, I know you've been drunk before. Come on.
Hey, Tim, I don't think you're going to get a second date out of this. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm going to ask in a second, but Kate, I do have to let you know something else about your date.
Oh, no.
I forgot about
Okay?
that.
What?
So he did that to you on the dance floor. That is very disturbing, right? But also, before that happened and you guys kissed, he told us that he was in the bathroom throwing up and then came to the dance floor, and that's when you guys kissed.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I feel so bad for you.
I thought you weren't going to tell her.
Yeah, I changed my mind when I heard about everything else that you had done. I do have to ask you, Kate, would you like to go out with Tim again? We'll pay for a second date.
No.
All right.
Dude, Kate's never going to talk to a guy at the club again after this.
Tim, I'm sorry. No second date for you, man.
Well, looks like it's back to the club for me again.
Yeah, you might want to stay out of the clubs. Hey, are both you guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to know if you can hear what you do to me. Yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
See this on the radio.
If it's too bad, we can always beep it out.
He grabbed my hand and put it on his package, if you will, and he said, "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?"
Are you serious?
That's a clip from the second date update that we just aired. Tim wanted to call Kate. Tim thought Kate wasn't calling him back because they were drinking while they were out hanging out. He got sick. He went to the bathroom, got sick, came back on the dance floor, and they made out. He was assuming that maybe his breath was kind of nasty because he had
Still so gross.
vomit breath. But the real reason was because he grabbed her hand, put it on him, and said, "Do you feel what you do to me, girl?" And I guess he did that a few times.
Yeah, I wish you would have just answered, "No, actually, I don't feel anything."
Yeah, actually, there's
Like,
nothing there
is-
at all.
Wait, can you maybe a little bit closer? I don't.
Somebody texted in at 78592 and said, "Puke doesn't sound that bad now." After hearing exactly what he did. It's very disturbing.
Yeah, it was.
Very bad.
If you want a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, brookandjubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
We got an email into the show that said, if I had to describe my date in one word, it would be awkward.
Okay. I mean, this is right up our alley.
I didn't even have
Yeah.
to read anymore after
Yeah.
that. I was like, yes, I'm tired of hearing about gushy romantic dates from people. Let's just call this train wreck. Give us a real challenge. And that's the story of how Aaron got on the phone with us today. Aaron, thanks for being with us, you little dumpster fire, you.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, is it? Aaron, I never understand. If your date is described as awkward, why do you want to call this person?
I need like a restart, like a redo.
Oh, it's your fault. I hear what you're saying. It's your fault it was awkward.
That's what all the train wrecks say.
Yeah.
Wish we could just do this over again.
To be honest, it really wasn't like my fault, her fault. It just was a really, really bad situation.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now I'm dying to know.
Yeah.
Aaron.
So tell us a little bit about what happened. First, start with the girl. What's her name?
Okay, so her name's Monica.
Okay, where'd
Okay.
you meet her?
I just met her off a dating app.
Okay.
Okay. What'd you guys do?
Yeah, it was just like a normal coffee date, and to be honest, it just really ended up to be messed up. It's sucks.
Coffee dates are like the safest dates you can have. They're not very long.
No, but if they get your drink wrong, ooh, train wreck.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean-
2 pumps of vanilla instead of 4.
Oh, I'm never calling her again.
You can add a little something extra to that coffee. Pour a little something in, make it a little extra fun. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
No?
Oh, you're talking about alcohol.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Okay.
I thought that was sly.
This is what happened, guys. This is what happened. I had no control over this at all. Most awkward thing ever to happen to me in my life on a date.
Okay.
Ooh,
What was it?
Hear.
Take a girl to a coffee shop thinking safe coffee date, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
End up getting there to the window, and who do I see? My ex-girlfriend works at the coffee shop.
Oh, no.
You honestly had no idea?
Dude, I didn't know anything about this. Trust me. My heart drops, butterflies. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know, this is insane. This is really happening.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I try to play it off, okay? I really just try to keep it cool. I pay for our drinks. We sit down. We wait for our drinks, right? She's kind of looking at us, and then I'm kind of like looking, but then I'm like trying to participate in this date, but I'm totally distracted by this other situation that just arose.
So, hold on. Did you tell your date about the fact that your ex is working as a...
No, what do you... I'm just meeting this person for pretty much the first time ever. If I do that, it'd be like red flags. I'd probably never, ever see this.
Well, and your ex is pissed. Your ex is also mad at you at this point.
Yeah.
I'm a little frustrated myself because I'm caught in this limbo. But look, I try to play it cool, whatever. Anyways, she comes and brings the coffee to us.
Oh, yeah, she does.
I was going to be like, did she not notice you?
If I was in this situation, I was at work, I would have, like, my coworker, hey, I'm in a situation, I see my ex.
She just wanted the extra tip for good service, probably.
Yeah. She goes off not only to do this, but then starts letting me know about where she's at in life. Why she took on this job. And just starts, like, going off. And then the whole time that, like, my ex is just ranting, I'm just, like, I'm looking at Monica. Monica's looking at me. I'm, like, looking at my ex. Everyone's kind of looking. I don't even know what to do.
I mean, at this point, Monica knows that this is your ex, right? Is Monica pissed?
I mean, she was understanding, but it was just weird, you know?
Did she believe you that you didn't know that the ex worked there?
I hope.
I wouldn't believe you.
I wouldn't either.
Would you believe him?
No,
There's
I
way.
wouldn't believe him.
Because if I was you, Aaron, and I had seen my ex in the coffee shop, I would have been like, oh, hey, by the way, maybe we should go across the street to the other coffee shop instead of sitting down.
You're right. I should have just totally left. Yeah.
Or just like, hey, my stomach hurts. I don't want coffee. Let's go for a walk. Like anything.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, after the situation had happened where she dropped off the drinks and I explained the situation to Monica, I asked her if she felt comfortable and wanted to leave, and she said, no, it's okay, we can stay. So
how much longer were you there with Monica?
we were there for probably like 20, 30 minutes, to be honest. And like, you know, we moved to outside to give some like personal space, you know, from my ex. But I could just see her, like, I could feel her energy. I can see her looking at me, man. It's like the neighborhood watch, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you cannot blame her for this one. I would
totally
be
do that.
staring.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
This is such bad timing.
And Aaron,
God.
I have something else that I need to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Your ex is actually in the room with us right now. She wants to talk with you. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just playing around. We're going to play a song.
Okay, cool, because I just kind of want to like move forward in my life, not go back.
Well, let's do that. We'll play a song, we'll come back, and we'll call your date Monica for you, and we'll try and get you your second date update, all right?
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
Hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, we've got a guy named Aaron on the phone, and I got to say, I am so proud of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Already?
We haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
No, we did.
What?
We made it through a whole part one about a coffee date and didn't make a single coffee pun.
Well, why would we?
That's just what we do, I feel
Oh,
like.
okay.
Do you know how many puns we could have made in that first part?
I mean, it's
Not a
grounds-
latte?
It's grounds for
Yeah,
dip.
a whole latte.
Yeah.
A whole lot of puns. But, okay, we've ruined it now.
Okay.
Yeah, we all tried to say one at the same time.
Yeah.
That's how bad.
We're not very good at our jobs.
No, we're not.
So maybe we should just talk to Aaron.
We should talk or we should vent, hey?
Okay.
Aaron?
Let's
Okay.
stop.
It's officially the worst second date ever. I'm sorry, Aaron.
That's your fault, Jeffrey. I
Yeah.
want you to take the blame for that, and I want you to apologize to everyone.
I do. But if you're just tuning in and you missed the first part, Aaron took out a girl named Monica to a coffee date. And the really awkward thing about it was that Aaron's ex-girlfriend worked as a barista there. He claims he didn't know that beforehand.
Yeah.
But she even delivered them their food and their drinks, told them about why she was working as a barista there. It got really awkward really quick.
Aaron, what do you think your biggest mistake was here?
To be honest, I don't know where to start. I don't know what I did wrong.
Too many things.
I would say walking through the door when you saw your ex was inside. Yeah.
Now I got this painted narrative where people think I'm a player or something.
No, no one thinks that. They just think you're an idiot.
I think you're a player, bro.
I was just trying to live a life and go on a nice, healthy date. That's it.
Okay. All right, Aaron. I feel you.
All right, playa, let's call this girl for you and see if we can get you a second date, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Let's dial the number right now. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
this is her.
Hi, Monica. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
I'm sorry, you're what?
I'm a radio host.
Show some respect.
Yeah. And I host the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
He's also a sassy pants.
Yeah, he's all sassy.
Okay, are you sure you meant to call me? I don't know, I'm at work.
You don't listen to our show, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we meant to call you.
Yeah. We're doing something called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards, if the person isn't calling you back, you can email our show and we'll reach out to them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Okay.
And so somebody emailed us about you recently. His name's Aaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, you remember Aaron?
How could you forget Aaron?
Well, I don't know.
So Aaron told us that he took you out on a date recently. He admits didn't go quite the way that he saw it going, but he really had a good time with you and is hoping to see you again.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It was kind of an interesting situation.
Yeah, I mean, what he really wants is a redo of the date because he said that when he went there, his ex happened to be working as a barista, something that he didn't know going into this.
Do you believe him that he didn't know that his ex was working there?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't think he intentionally took me there, but he got there before me, so, there's no possible way that he could have not seen her, and, I don't understand why we stayed there. You know what I mean? We could have gone anywhere else.
Yeah, totally.
But she was wearing, a different outfit, so maybe it, blended into the background where he didn't notice.
I just think that he made it.
No, I agree. You don't walk into a coffee shop and look at every single employee and dissect
Yeah.
their face.
You just see green apron, green apron, green apron, and it kind of blends in.
Out. It's like a beacon, okay? It's like you're a moth, and then the X is the light, and you go to the X no matter what. It's the first thing you see no matter what.
Well, I think that's some, personal issues
it's
that
not.
you guys
I'm
have.
telling you.
Anyway.
Monica will back me too.
Let's bring it back to the date. So, Monica, are you telling us that was the problem for your date, that you were turned off because his ex was there?
Awkward doesn't even begin to describe how weird it was.
Right.
It was she made the point to come over. She, brought us our drinks. And she kind of just leaned really hard into him and kind of just went off.
The thing is, Aaron told us all that. He's aware that all that happened and he's really remorseful. Wish that it never happened.
That part's true. I mean, he wanted to crawl under the table, I think, and just curl up in a ball.
Could you give him the benefit of the doubt there?
I mean, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
After this all happened, I felt like it was really weird and that there was something kind of missing, or I don't know. I felt like I had to kind of go back, and I ended up talking to his ex.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, something missing, like she forgot to put sugar into the coffee?
No,
Hold
Jeffrey.
up. No. You went back to the coffee shop and talked to the ex?
What?
Well, it was so weird because you could tell that, she wasn't over him, and that,
But why would you even put energy into that? I mean, what possibly could you talk to her about?
I mean, I just wanted to kind of hear her side of everything, and I didn't know if I was reading it wrong, and so I wanted to make sure, because if I was going to go out with him again,
I didn't want to get in the way of something if there's the potential that they might get back together.
Are you playing like relationship counselor to them? Like, what did you say to her?
No.
I mean, we ended up talking, and she just, she really, really misses him, and it just, she was telling me about all these really romantic interactions that they had together, and it was a lot. And
what the hell is going on? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Well, hold on.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, hold on, Aaron.
I don't even like my ex-girlfriend. That's why she's my
Hold on, Aaron. Hold on. Monica, I needed to tell you that
crazy.
Aaron's been on the other line listening, and he heard everything that you said. Aaron, you're supposed to wait till we call you in.
Yeah, it's an organized thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That has to be the most
my God.
craziest thing that's happened to me in my life.
Okay, wait.
You think that I'm the crazy one? What are you even talking about?
You are out of your mind, little girl.
Whoa.
You're gnarly.
What?
Wait, Aaron, you think she's crazy for going to talk to the ex at the coffee shop where you had your first date?
I would never do that to somebody. I would never do that.
No, wait. She likes you, so she really likes you. She has an opportunity to make sure you're a cool guy.
Aaron, you're the one that introduced her to your ex.
By accident.
No, what do you mean introduced? She just ended up being at the coffee shop. I didn't introduce. What?
Oh.
Monica, what are you feeling right now?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I think the fact that he's calling me crazy when this whole entire scenario was his fault is ridiculous. And I don't think I'm being crazy because I think that it's kind of a girl code thing. Like, I'm not going to get in the middle of two people that, have the
Girl
potential of
code?
getting back together.
What do you mean, girl code? I'm not with her anymore. I'm hanging out with you. Like,
Dude,
like
you
a real girl.
sent me to her work. What do you want me to say? Like, you
Gnarly.
saw her, and then we still continued to have a date.
You are
there
gnarly.
in front of her.
You're telling me that. I don't want to go out on a date.
Okay,
I don't have
so-
to. I
wait,
regret-
Aaron, we're
Hold
not there
on.
yet. Hold on.
So wait, Monica, are you still talking to Aaron's ex?
Oh God.
No, I'm not talking to her right now, but obviously, like, we've been texting. Like, it's.
Are you nuts?
What?
Well, what are you guys talking about?
We're just talking about Aaron and, like, how amazing and beautiful their relationship was together and how it could still be amazing if they decided to move forward. Like, it's really, my heart goes out to her. It's never, she's obviously not over him.
Oh, but he's over her.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron is interested anymore. I feel like you're kind of gaslighting her, giving her hope where there's not hope.
I mean, I'm just listening. I'm being a sounding board for her, and she's just kind of talking through stuff with me, and that's fine with me.
Okay.
Can I have any say in my love life here? I mean, this sounds kooky.
No. You're not allowed to do that, Aaron.
Hey, we're trying to talk about your love life now, so be quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, you both sound a little cuckoo, but sometimes that works out.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
Aaron, I mean, do you have any lasting feelings for your ex?
No, and now knowing this girl sounds like I think you guys should hang out.
Oh, that's a great idea. Actually, you know what, Aaron? I would like to offer you and Monica and your ex to go out on another
A
date.
three-way date.
We'll pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know a great coffee shop.
There we go.
Come on,
Monica's on board.
Taking you to that coffee shop, knowing that you went back to talk to my ex, now being on the radio. This has to be by far now the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
I'm glad we could do that for you,
You're
Aaron.
welcome. We're memorable.
Yeah.
Wow, Aaron, you really do make bad decisions, don't you?
Moving 92.5.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
What's your name? My name's Donk. Oh, what'd you say? Let me take this compression sleeve off my ears. It helps you work out, right? Helps the blood stay in your ears. Anyway, you want to go out sometime? Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to go lift my body weight, like 2 times my body weight. And then I'll be back around to this corner of the gym to talk to you. All right, cool. Remember, my name's Donk. Nice seeing you. I'm assuming that's what happened for the guy on the phone today who wants to do a second date update. He said that he met the girl that he wants to call at the gym. His name is not Donk. His name is Robert.
Oh.
What's up, Robert?
Sure.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, Hoping you can help me.
So your email in said that you met a breezy while you were at the gym, right?
I did.
How'd that go down, bro?
Well, I was at the gym, and I noticed this girl, and I thought, she was over there lifting.
Oh my God.
And I thought, well, I'll go over and I'll try to flex my muscles next to her.
You're joking. I mean, you're kidding at that point when you're telling us this, right?
I wish, but the male ego is a scary thing, I think, sometimes. And I realized this in hindsight, but that's what I did.
Did you really actually go flex, or you were working out next to her, just trying?
I was working out next to her.
Okay. I pictured you standing next to her, just flexing your muscles in the mirror.
Extra loud, like.
No, I didn't do that. Thankfully.
Okay. All right.
Thankfully, I did not do that.
So, what was your opening line? I'm always interested in that.
So I saw her over the drinking fountain, and I just went up to her, and I just said, "You have some really nice glutes."
You did not say that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. You can tell that she works really hard. She works really hard on those glutes.
So, I mean, was she kind of like a meathead like you are? No offense.
Whoa.
I mean, just say like that's. I don't know.
No.
What do you want, gym rat? I don't know what the term is.
No, meathead's a compliment, no doubt about it. That's what I am. That's what I do. Absolutely. And yes, same deal. She was rocking some very expensive athletic wear, head to toe. So I was definitely feeling her.
Okay. And what did she say after you complimented her glutes?
She said thanks. She said thanks. I work hard.
Oh my God, you live in a world that I will never enter in my life, and not for lack of wanting to. It's just I don't have the effort that you guys have. So did you ask her out right there?
I waited till after the workout. I try not to be complete creepo, and waited till she was leaving the gym. Then I went up to her in the parking lot, which sounds creepier, but it really was.
You followed her out to her car.
I did do the follow to the car.
Yeah,
Okay.
women love when big muscle-bound men follow them into dark parking lots.
What did you say there? Like, how are you going to drive a car with those big glutes? Like, can you even fit in the seat?
That's pretty good. I wish I had said that. No, I just said, hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? You want to go get dinner? It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Okay. And she obviously said yes to that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing a second date update right now. How did dinner go?
It was good. I rocked my good luck button-down shirt, which always makes me feel good.
Nice.
Sometimes the shirt makes the man, I feel.
Okay.
And dinner went great. She has great glutes, but she was wearing this little outfit where her calves were really accentuated. I was super feeling her.
What about her personality did you like?
Personality-wise, she was cool. Yeah, we had some good conversation.
What did you guys talk about?
I told her that I run a couple different businesses, and I kind of went on a bit of a rant, and I'm afraid that maybe it was too much. It was just like one time, but it was kind of went on a little bit of a rant about my businesses.
When you mean rant, I automatically think like angry rant about your businesses. What do you mean by rant?
Well, I did talk about a guy that had screwed me over in business once. That's why I think it feels like a rant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you an angry guy?
Not particularly, but I am when I'm crossed. You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm a pretty happy guy day to day, but if somebody screws me over, then yeah, I get pretty fired up.
You mess with the bull, get the horns.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
What was her reaction to you going off about this dude?
It seemed fine at the time. I didn't think anything of it because it was just, like I said, it was like one time. It was just like a brief little moment in the date. But that's why I'm thinking that maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
Was she awkward after that?
Not particularly, but she didn't say a lot. She was just kind of looking down, she crossed her legs a couple of times, which I like the calves. But anyways, she was very fidgety,
Okay.
Yeah, women don't tend to like it when guys rage at the dinner table.
Well, it wasn't a rage. It was a rant. Rant's just like a degree less than a rage.
Yeah. Okay, so you weren't going totally crazy.
So that makes it better.
How'd you guys end everything?
Well, I asked her if she wanted to go get a drink somewhere else because I thought it was going pretty well. She said no, she needed to go home. So I walked her to her car and gave her a hug goodbye. I thought it'd be polite, and that was it.
Have you talked to her since?
I texted her once, and I said, I'm headed to the gym. Are you going to be there today? And then she just said, I worked out yesterday.
Whoa.
That's it? That's all she said?
That's all she said. And then I'm like, I was at the gym yesterday, and I was there for a good period of time when you would have been there and I didn't see her.
Okay, so you think she's lying to you about that?
Yeah, I do.
And you haven't seen her at all in person at the gym?
I have not, no.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, man, hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Robert is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Chandra. What do we know about Chandra? She's got an okay personality and some great glutes.
Oh, man, those glutes.
And some calves, some wonderful calves as well. That's what Robert liked about her. They met at the gym. He complimented her glutes. They went out for dinner, and now she's not calling him back. Robert, we're about to call her and see if we can get her on the phone and find out what went wrong. Anything else that you'd like to add before we call her other than the glutes and the calves?
No, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I'm very curious to hear what she says. This is awesome.
I feel like it's going to be something pretty extreme because it sounds like she switched gyms just to avoid you. To me, I'm just saying, you haven't seen her there.
Whoa. Yikes. That's bad. We're going to hope that's not the case. We're going to hope that's not the case.
All right, we'll find out right now. I'm going to dial the phone number and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Chandra, please?
This is she.
Hey, Chandra, how are you? My name is Jubal, and I'm calling from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi, you're calling from what?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
Okay.
How are you today?
Fine. Why are you calling me?
Well, I'm actually calling you because one of our listeners emailed us and asked if we could get a hold of you.
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, there's a guy that listens to our show. His name is Robert, and you went out to dinner with him.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so you know Robert. Well, Robert listens to our show and emailed asking if I could call you to find out why you're not calling him back after you guys went out on your date.
Huh.
It's a segment that we do on our show called the Second Date Update. So Robert's wondering if he did something wrong.
I mean, I did text him back the other day. He texted me and I texted him back.
He actually told us that, yeah. But it didn't sound like a text from somebody who wants to see him again. It sounded like you were kind of blowing him off.
Yeah, I'm glad he picked up on that.
Okay, so you are blowing him off.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I would really be fine to never see him again.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Do you mind telling us why so that we can share it with him?
Well, he's just really forward.
He's forward?
I can kind of see that.
Meaning?
Yeah, a little too forward. I mean, at first, I thought it was attractive. I've dated a bunch of guys who are really shy, and it's I always have to make the move and start the conversation, and so it was nice. He wasn't shy or timid, and he seemed really confident.
He told us how you guys first met, and when he saw you at the gym, he walked up and complimented you on your glutes. Is that kind of what you mean by too forward?
Well, I mean, at that point, I thought it was just kind of funny,
Right.
And I appreciated the honesty, he didn't seem that weird. But once we went out, he just crossed the line.
Was
he just too much? It was too much.
Did he say something, or was he acting aggressive towards you?
Yeah, he said something really bad.
What did he say?
I'd really rather not say what he said. I don't want to say that.
It makes you that uncomfortable to repeat what he said.
Yes, definitely.
Can you give us a hint?
Well, we were talking about our interests, and we were talking about sports that we like, and he likes basketball and football, and I mentioned that I like swimming, and that I'm really good at swimming. I was a swimmer in college. And I was talking about how I'd probably like it because I was really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then he goes, you know what I'm good at? And he leans into the table.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I can already see what's coming.
And I can't say this. I shouldn't say this.
He doesn't know. He literally thinks that he did nothing wrong on this date.
He thinks he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He thinks he said nothing inappropriate.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we talked to him about your date, he was like, "Oh, it was cool. We just had a fun conversation. I may have got a little ranty at some point about my business, but that's all I could think of."
That's amazing. This guy's totally clueless.
All right. The anticipation is killing me. What did he say?
Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I can't say this, but I'll try to give you the idea.
Okay.
He leans into me and he says, "I'm good at doing things for others that make them happy."
I'm assuming you don't mean charity work.
No. He was like vulgar about it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like how vulgar?
He used some pretty disgusting words.
Can you just do like a rhymes with here?
No, I'm not going to do that. Use your imagination. If he was talking about how he is good at servicing women.
I think I understand what he was saying.
And he really thought he was going to impress you with this information.
Yeah, I've been on a lot of dates. Nobody has ever said anything like that to me.
Wow. And you weren't interested in putting his skills to the test, huh?
Gross.
I mean, this was a first date.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, we hadn't even kissed or anything. And we're talking about sports, and that comes out of nowhere.
And there was no sexual talk at all before this statement.
I was talking about being on the swim team.
Well, thank you for telling us your story. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. It was horrible. I wish I could forget it.
Right. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to forget it just yet because he's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Robert?
Hey, Chandra, how you doing?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I'll be honest with all of you.
What?
We were talking about things that we were good at. She said she was good at swimming. I'm really good at that. What's really wrong with that?
That's not a sport, Robert.
Inappropriate, man.
It is for some people.
I can't believe, it was a first date. You don't say that kind of thing out to dinner at the dinner table. We're eating.
I hear what you're saying, but you can't tell me you weren't at least at all intrigued if whether or not I was good at that, right? I mean, there was a little part of you somewhere deep down in the recesses
Okay,
of your brain.
Robert, hold on. Robert, listen. Does it seem like I was a little intrigued?
Well, you should have been because I'm really good. I'm really good.
I don't even want to meet the women who told you that.
Well, you got to give him some credit. He likes to put a lot of effort into pleasing women.
Thank you. We're up there. Yeah, look, it's not about me. I didn't talk about me. I was talking about you. I'm here for you. That's the kind of team player that I am.
I think you need to take a little bit of that effort and move it towards how to be appropriate on a date.
Yeah, I don't think she's mad at exactly you wanting to do that, but maybe the time and the place was bad.
Exactly.
And the way you said it sounds like she wouldn't tell us the exact way you described it, but I can imagine it was probably not.
Vulgar language? Like, come on. Like, we're not 14-year-olds. Like, come on.
Well, I'll concede the location. But I do not apologize for my ability.
Oh, my God.
I do not apologize for that.
Oh, wow.
Look, everything I do, I try to do to the best of my God-given abilities. I give 110%, and I am the best at that, and that's what I can promise you in that department. I can promise you that in a lot of other departments, too.
Oh, my God. Chandra, was there anything charming about Robert on the date outside of this moment?
Well, yeah, if you listen to him, he's funny, but he's just, like, wildly inappropriate also. Like, way too much.
Hey, Robert, let me ask you a question. Next time, if you went out on a date with Chandra, if she actually said yes and you said something inappropriate, would you have a problem with her telling you to stop?
Absolutely not. I would have loved for her to say, no, that's inappropriate. Then I know. Now I know what the boundaries are.
Oh, there you go, Chandra.
He just doesn't know.
If you went out with him again, you have the freedom now to tell him, hey, don't say stuff like that, and he'll stop.
I kind of feel like he has learned nothing from this conversation. I don't want to have to be telling him every time he says something inappropriate. Like, you have to monitor yourself. No, I don't think this was a good match.
No?
That sucks. I was really hoping to get a second date and see what happened after it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid. So
Sorry, Robert, but there are a lot of women interested in your particular skill set. And I think you're going to be okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Chandra, good luck. Good luck out there.
you too, buddy. You too.
Remember who's number one in your heart, all right?
Oh, God.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You ever have one of those days where you feel like the world's just making you its personal toilet? Like it's a day after it had some bad Mexican food, and it just keeps dumping on you over and over and over again. Well, that's the kind of day that Kevin had when he decided to go out on a date with the girl that he wants to call today. Her name is Denise, I guess. Kevin, your email said that you had a terrible day when you went out with this girl.
Oh, my God, the worst.
I don't even know what happened, and I already feel empathy for you.
Thanks.
So tell us a little bit about it. What was so bad about your day?
Okay, so leading up to the date, somebody rear-ended me. So I had to bring the car into the shop. So I didn't have a car to bring her on the date.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
But she's got to be understanding of that. Like, you gave her a heads up, right?
Well, yeah, I had given her a heads up, but it was, last minute, like 2 hours before the date.
Oh, that sucks. All right.
So running through my head now, I'm like, I look like an idiot because I can't bring her on the date. And that's what you want to be. You want to be gentlemanlike. You want to, chivalry.
But at least it wasn't like you just didn't have a car and you forgot to tell her in 2 hours before, like, oh, yeah, my bad, you got to drive. You were in an accident.
Yeah, and if anything, it's got to be a good read on her personality, right? Because if she's a total a-hole about it, you probably know you don't want to date her any further.
Well, yeah, that's a really good point because people also tend to judge you on the first dates.
Yeah. I mean, you're going out on a first date with somebody, that's always when they're looking at you most critically.
Absolutely.
So what else happened? I mean, was that the terrible bad thing that happened to you that day?
Well, that was pretty bad because then I had to call her and ask her to come pick me up.
Oh,
all right.
That's rough.
So it started out being, hey, I'll pick you up at 7, and then it was, I got in a car accident. Can you come pick me up at 7?
Right, and then how bad does it look if I'm opening the door of her car to, get her to say it?
Yeah.
Did you do that? Did you actually go and open her car door?
Yeah, I did it as a joke to kind of break the ice.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a good move, sir. Good move.
She thought it was funny.
That's good.
So we get to the restaurant, and then to make my day even worse, they didn't have my reservation on file.
No.
That sucks. Because now it looks like you didn't even make a reservation.
I know. So it looks even worse on my behalf because here I am trying to be really organized for this date, and she's kind of looking at me as if to say, who is this guy?
Yeah, I would start to not believe any of your story at this point. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought she was thinking. And, you kind of look at somebody's face and you see their eyes kind of drifting to the side, like, oh my God.
Okay, sure, your car's in the shop. Yeah, all right, sure, you made a reservation.
oh, look at that. What's next? You forgot your credit card and she has to pay. Imagine that.
No, I had my credit card with me, so it was fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad we at least got that worked out.
Where'd you guys end up eating? Did you go somewhere else?
Well, no, we actually got to stay at that restaurant because they had a space at the back of the restaurant right by the kitchen.
Oh, one of the good tables.
Yeah, right.
So how was dinner once you finally got in there?
It was actually really good. Yeah, we had a great time. We had
just talked the entire time. We kind of put our cell phones to the side. You know how you stack your cell phones so that the first person to answer a cell phone typically pays for the meal? That's what we were kind of joking about.
Oh, I've never played that game.
That sounds fun.
Oh, yeah, it's really efficient. It gets people off their phones really quick.
Yeah, I bet.
So wait, you were actually going to make her pay if she answered a text message before you? And
Well,
you're
I
the
was-
one that asked her out?
I was going to pay anyway, but it was just kind of incentive for us to really keep
Yeah.
communication.
Like a fun icebreaker, sort of.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So we finished the meal, we get to dessert, and we actually had dessert, which is a great sign on a date because that means, you know, you can just talk over dessert. You never want to eat dessert fast. You don't want to be that person.
No, it means that she wants to stay longer and actually talk to you because if she's having a horrible time, she's not going to order dessert.
Yeah, let's get the check.
Right. Exactly. So afterwards, we paid the bill, and she drives me home.
Yep, that's right. Oh, she had to drive because you didn't have your car.
Yeah.
So, did you guys kiss or anything? Was she a gentlewoman and walked you to the door?
Well, here's the thing. I had joked. I was like, "Hey, do you want to walk me to the door?" And she didn't. And
She didn't? She turned you down?
What'd she say?
She was like, "No, I'm good." So I was like, "Okay." So I tried to wrap the night up quickly, and I leaned in for a kiss, and she was like, "Maybe next time."
Yeah. You should have known when she said no to the door walk that she didn't want the kiss. Like, that's why she said no.
Well, I was trying to compromise. I was like, "We can stay in the car."
So you ended with no kiss and her saying, "No, I'm good," to walking you to the door. Sounds like she might have not been having as good of a time as you thought she had.
I'm not going to lie. I felt like she was sending you mixed signals, ordering the dessert and then not going in for the kiss at the end.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Why do you think she's not calling you back?
Where do I begin?
I guess you're right. There was a few things. Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Hold on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Second Date Update Field.
No.
Taking the plate right now is Kevin. Kevin went out with a girl named Denise when he stepped up to the plate, and strike number one came when he got in a car accident and couldn't pick her up for the date. And if that wasn't enough, strike number two came after the restaurant didn't have Kevin's reservation down in their records. And of course, strike number three, when Kevin went in for a kiss at the end of the night and got the old N.O. He went in for a kiss and she said no. And Kevin, of course, thinks he's not getting a call back because his date went so bad.
Now, are you sure after listening to that play-by-play that you maybe shouldn't just chalk this game up to a loss and move on?
Why not take a risk?
All right. You liked her that much.
Yeah, she was fun.
That's right. Sometimes in life you strike out and then you just have to get right back up there and swing again. Am I right, Kevin?
Sounds good.
All right. Let's hope you don't get sent back down to the minor leagues. All right, you ready? Let's do it.
He's like, yes, I've been ready for a long time, but I want you all to shut up already.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, not me.
All right, here we go, Kevin.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Denise.
This is she.
Hey, Denise, how are you?
Who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. I've heard of it.
Sweet.
Awesome. We're taking a survey today.
Mm-hmm. Cool, we'll check that down. Any idea why I'm calling you?
No.
You recently went out with a guy named Kevin.
How would you know that?
I know that because Kevin actually emailed us and told us a little bit about your date.
What?
And then asked if we could call you to find out why you don't want to go out with him again.
Really? He wrote into you guys.
Yeah, he emailed us. It's a segment we do on our show. We do it all the time. It's called a second date update.
There are a lot of reasons why I don't want to go out with him again.
Really? A lot of reasons?
I want to hear at least a couple.
Let's start with the beginning. He said that he thought you might not be calling him back because his car was like in the shop and you had to come pick him up.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out. Like, I have a car. It was fine. I understand when people get in, like, accidents. Like, obviously, he didn't plan for that. Yeah. Hopefully, it's not, like, a thing that happens all the time, because then that's, like, a whole nother issue.
Right.
But what else did he tell you about the date?
He said that you guys had dinner, shared dessert, and then you drove him back to his place.
Yeah.
And he tried to get a kiss, and you were just like, nope.
No way.
No way.
See, and I thought that was mixed signals because you ordered dessert, which usually indicates you're having a good time and you want it to last longer.
No, I just like dessert.
Oh, okay. So you can sacrifice hanging out with a dude you're not that into for some chocolate. I get that.
All right, so he wasn't so terrible that you couldn't eat dessert with him, is what you're saying.
I could handle a couple more minutes.
Okay. So what didn't you like about him then?
It all sort of started when I picked him up. I was okay with picking him up, but when he got in the car, you know, I could just tell that he was really frazzled. And I get it. He was just in a car accident, calling his insurance. Like, I totally am a human, and I understand that, like, that's really stressful. But when he got in the car, he said he was tired, and I was like, do you want me to take you home? But he just said no, and he just asked if we drove to the restaurant in silence because he was just going to take a little micro nap.
Are you
Take
serious?
a nap?
He slept in the car while you drove to the restaurant?
Yeah, I was like, you know what? It's when, like, fine, turn on the radio, like, let him zone out.
Oh, my God.
Totally get that. Then he actually closed his eyes, said, like, thanks, like, we'll catch up when we get to the restaurant.
Shut up. I did not. What was going through your head when you're driving in the car with this sleeping stranger sitting next to you?
It was, like, just really bizarre.
Did he ever address it? Like apologize? Like, hey, I'm sorry that I took a nap.
No. In fact, when we got to the restaurant, I put the car in park, and he just snapped right awake. And it was like, oh, here we are. And I mean, it was so weird. Like, he just was like this brand new, refreshed person after this 10-minute car ride and this little nap that he took.
That's all the guy needed was a nap.
Yeah, it's back to
A little power nap, and then you're good.
Yeah, I mean, we were having such a good time. Like, really nice, easy conversation.
Good.
And then we ordered dessert. And right after we ordered, he said, I'm going to take a little nap again.
What?
At the table?
What?
At the table.
Is he? Was he joking with you at that point?
No, so I asked him if he was joking, and he said he wasn't. And before he even finished that sentence, he was curled up in a little ball in the booth in the back of the restaurant.
Oh, my God.
Like he actually curled up in a ball in the booth?
He laid down.
Pretty much. I mean, he wasn't sucking his thumb, but he was getting very comfortable.
And he wasn't kicked out of the restaurant? I've done that a lot drunk, and they kick you out.
Yeah, that's
probably because of the drunk part, Jubal.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, not the sleeping part.
How long was he asleep for?
Like 15 minutes.
Wait,
But
so
again, it was like they put the plate on the table, and he just snapped awake and was like ready to have more conversation, and I was just very confused.
So you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he just goes back into talking about whatever you guys left off on?
It was incredible. I have never heard or seen of, you know, this ability to nap anywhere, but it happened on my date, and I don't know.
I know the perfect way to figure it out, Denise.
What's that?
Why don't we just ask him? Because Kevin's actually on the other line listening to this conversation, and he wants to talk to you.
Or sleeping through the conversation. I don't...
What?
Kevin, are you there?
Hi, Denise. Yeah, I'm here.
Wake up, Kevin.
This is not happening.
No, it actually is.
Denise, I didn't think you'd have such a big problem with napping.
You can nap all you want in your room, on a couch, in front of the TV, but like on a first date, in a restaurant, in my car.
But they're just micro naps. Like, the date wouldn't have gone so well if I was tired.
What?
Right.
But I asked in the beginning. I said we don't have to do this. Like I totally like I knew you were stressed out. I could see it.
But we did go on a date. We had a great time on the date. We even had dessert, and I only had 2 naps. So
this is all the time. You take naps like that all the time. Not when you're just stressed out about a car accident.
They work really well. I'm actually surprised more people don't do it. I don't know why everybody finds it so funny.
Kevin, are you saying that you don't find it strange that you took 2 naps on a first date?
No, it's not strange at all. You're making this out to be a bigger issue than it really is. Look, a lot of people take micro naps throughout the day. A lot of Japanese people take naps throughout the day.
I take naps. Yeah, I get that, but I don't curl up in a restaurant booth with a girl I'm trying to impress while I'm eating dinner with her.
Well, see, okay, that's what you're not getting. I couldn't impress her with such a great date without taking that nap.
You didn't impress me by taking those naps either.
Okay, look, I feel like I'm on trial here for taking a nap, okay?
Kevin, you're not on trial for taking a nap. You're not. You're on trial for taking 2 naps.
Yeah.
On your first date. It is kind of strange.
Look, I've listened to you on the radio, and you are kind of strange, so why is this my problem?
That is very true. Very true.
I'm still confused. Do you have like a sleeping disorder or something, Kevin?
Yeah. It's not a sleeping disorder. You take naps throughout the day. It makes you more productive. Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel by taking naps, okay?
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin, but I doubt that he took naps while he was on a first date with a girl.
That's true. We don't know much about Michelangelo's dating experience.
I'm sure if he did have a girl that he was dating, that he would have taken micro naps, and they would have had a great date.
I will say, Denise, I mean, despite this odd behavior, which isn't really necessarily bad towards you at all, you had a great time.
When he was awake, yeah.
Okay, Denise, what about this? What if I can promise you that Kevin stays awake and you guys go out on a second date? We will pay for it.
Are you going to come with us?
No, I don't want to be around Kevin. Okay. But we will pay for a second date if you'll go out with him again. Kevin, can you stay awake?
Yes, or we could take a napping date together.
Oh, there you go.
A little cuddle time.
That's an attractive offer, but I think I like to go on dates where people stay awake the whole time and we don't have to worry about someone falling asleep. So
Wait, I think you should take a micro nap and make that decision again.
I'm okay. I'm okay with my sleep schedule. I'm like a grown woman who stays awake. When
Are you sure,
sun's
Denise?
out.
Denise, we could wait for like 10 minutes while you take a nap and sleep on it.
Please, would you mind? Just so everyone knows what that feels like. No, I'm good.
All right. Well, Denise, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm sorry we couldn't get you a second date.
It was worth a try.
Maybe warn people about your micro naps. Let them know what you're doing first.
Yes. Or just learn how to stay awake for a 4-hour span. I don't know.
You know, you guys are really missing out here. These micro naps are the way of the future. If you want to be productive, if you want to, bring your ratings up, you should probably try some micro naps.
Hey, we'll try anything at this point, so yeah, why not?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 that says, maybe that guy had narcolepsy. You need to back off. No, he did not have narcolepsy. I'm talking about today's second date update. He admitted that he did not have any disorder with sleeping. If you missed it, Kevin wanted to call a girl named Denise. They went out for a date to dinner. And during the date, the reason that she wasn't calling him back was because he took naps. Like in the car ride there, he was like, hold on a second. I'm going to take a nap till we get there. And then at the dinner table, he actually took a little nap.
Jeez,
Just,
are you kidding?
a couple minutes. Micro naps is what he called them. And he didn't see a problem with it. He's like, what? I needed to recharge so that I could be, give you all that I have to give on the date. I need to rest up.
I will say, she said he was absolutely delightful when he was awake.
Yeah, it really recharged him. He was like, boom, okay, what's up? What were we doing?
Yeah, he said every single time he woke up, he was like a completely different person.
Wow.
She seemed ready to forgive him after the car nap, but then when it came to the dessert nap in the restaurant booth, it was just too much.
Yeah, a little over the top. Somebody texted in at 78592 and said, my 10-year-old is taking a micro nap right now. It's kind of like she was on a date with a 10-year-old who just kept falling asleep.
I don't know if I have low standards, but I would have gone out with him again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like she said she had a great time.
They should just do a micro nap date
I don't know. Maybe I love naps. It could have worked out. I don't know.
They decided not to go out again. He still says it's not weird that he naps all the time throughout the day. Even on dates, doesn't matter. He'll take a nap at any time.
That's the part that gets me, is he doesn't understand that it's not a societal norm.
Yeah.
Well, we all love naps, right? But normally we take a nap, it's like 20, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. This guy literally takes like 5-minute naps. I don't know how you can do that.
I get it if you love napping.
Yeah.
I understand that you do, but you have to understand most people don't nap when they're out in public.
But maybe he's right. Maybe we should. Maybe we'd be a better, more productive society.
I agree. He's got it figured out.
Yeah.
I'm going to take like a minute micro nap right now.
During the next songs.
That's actually probably going to happen. You're the one that falls asleep in the bathroom stall.
That's true.
Yeah.
He really does.
I go take naps in the bathroom sometimes when I get really tired. Maybe I like this guy more than I thought.
Yeah. See?
Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back. It's Friday, and that means young Jeffrey will be here to sing his song of the week in just a little while at 8:10.
Moving 92.5.
I'm having kind of a difficult time trying to figure out how to do today's second date. If you're just joining us, Barbara is on the phone. Barbara's son, Jeremy, went out on a date with this girl named Nicole. While he was on the date, Barbara kind of freaked out because her son wasn't home yet. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. So she was blowing up his phone and then finally posted on his Facebook page, "Has anybody seen Jeremy? I think he might be hurt." I don't know, looking for his son. And it embarrassed him. And apparently the date saw it. So when he got home that night, he yelled at his mom saying that she screwed up his date with this girl. The problem that I'm having, Barbara, is I need to figure out exactly how to do it at the beginning when I get this girl on the phone. Because normally I'll be like, "Hey, you went on a date with Jeff and he wants to get a hold of you." Now it's like, "Hey, you went on a date with Jeremy and his mom's on the phone and wants it." I don't want to blow up your spot real quick because that's probably going to creep her out even more if she knows that you're on the other line right away.
Yeah, if you could maybe kind of warm her up a bit before you tell her that part.
And Barbara, I didn't get it. Did you ever meet this girl?
No.
Oh, God. So she has no idea even who you are.
She knows who she is.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, you ready to make the phone call?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Nicole, please?
This is Nicole.
Hey, Nicole, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Excuse me?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show. I got an email about you.
What?
Yeah, you recently went out on a date with a guy named Jeremy.
Yeah.
And I got an email because apparently you're not calling Jeremy back. I'm just kind of curious. Can you tell me why your date didn't go very well with Jeremy?
We had a nice time, but it was kind of weird. His mom seemed to be just like really concerned where he was. She just kept like calling him, and she actually posted on his Facebook asking if anyone knew where he was, and that was just maybe just a little too much for me.
Kind of killed it when his mom kept bugging him?
Yeah, because I looked on Facebook. He went to the bathroom, and I just went on Facebook, and I saw the post, and I brought it up to him, and he immediately changed. I could tell he got super embarrassed, but then he was just really short with me, and it got a little awkward. And
were you guys just out at a bar or something at this point?
Yeah, we had just been hanging out, kind of getting to know each other for a couple hours, and then his mom kind of got involved.
But you could see it also as this guy has a really good relationship with his mother, which is a positive.
Yeah, I think that's great. I have a great relationship with my mom. I would hope that everyone gets to have a good relationship with their mom. But if I want to be in the middle of that is another.
Let me ask you a question, Nicole. If you were out on a date and your mom started doing that on your Facebook, what would you do?
I'd probably do just what he did. He was super embarrassed. I'd be really embarrassed. I'd probably shut down and not really know how to deal with it. Luckily, my mom wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
How did you guys end the night then?
It felt a little abrupt because we were in the middle kind of chatting and getting to know each other. And then I brought that up to him, and it was kind of late anyway. So I think mutually we both kind of found a reason to call it a night.
not long after.
He hasn't sent you any text messages or tried to call you or anything?
There have been a few here and there. My schedule's been really busy, so it's been kind of hard to keep track of everything.
That's what everyone says when they don't want to go out with somebody.
Nicole, I have somebody on the other line that wants to talk to you.
What do you mean? He's not